Good. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. I'm not looking as suntanned as you. You're looking particularly rosé today.
I know I feel particularly rosé. I've got that
Yes.
tan going down. Yeah. It's definitely been a warm one the last few days.
Definitely a warm one. First off, congratulations on your double win at Kent at the weekend with the e-buggy and truck. Double national champion for those two classes. Well done, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, first time I've won those titles, so it's a good one to add to the list. Yeah. I've never actually, finished a series before. I don't think with all the other commitments we normally have. But yeah, happy days. It's good to win that, and it shows the class of our product.
Yeah, definitely so. I know you've dipped in and out of them before, because I can remember racing you in Mugen days and stuff when you'd rock up with a truck. I'd be like, oh no, that's going to make it more difficult to get a good result. But yeah, we're on the other end of it this time. So awesome stuff. We'll cover that race anyway a little bit later on. Obviously, good evening, everybody. As you can see, we're in a slightly different location than normal. Leroy has not moved house, although he's just out on location tonight. So we've got a proper mobile job going on, which means that the shout-outs are going to come from me tonight. And I think it also means 2 weeks in a row we haven't got a beer review from Leroy, which is a bit disappointing.
I know, it is massively disappointing. I should have bought one. It slipped me mind, and then by the time I thought about it, all I had was water. So it's not the best.
We will do a water review at some point. I think we'll line them up. I'm on an empty bottle of something very nice that somebody bought me, but it's gone now.
But at least you put the cap back in to keep it fresh when it's empty.
So actually, that was Alina that did that for me today. I left it uncorked. I've come back, and everything that was halfway through has been preserved better than I'd left it. So thank you very much for that.
Perfect.
Yeah, obviously had Alina's other half, Marion, at the track with us today. We're deep in reset for the national, which again we'll cover in a minute or three. And we've only got Leroy for half an hour tonight, and then we're going to bring in Mr. Rumble a bit earlier than normal, and we'll finish off the show with that. But with that said, shall we see? I think we're live. This is normally the bit that I pass over to you. So these comments that I'm going to read out are correct, and we are on the scheduled stream and all those other good things. First online for me was Mikey Shorey. So first off, we owe Mr. Shorey a massive debt of gratitude for all of the help that he's giving myself, Leroy, and Mark at the track over the last good few days. For anyone that doesn't know, Mikey is a bit of a digger extraordinaire. So he's been carefully sculpting the track for us and doing just an incredible job. So massive thank you, Mikey. I know I say it to you many times a day, but live on here as well, we couldn't have done the great reset that we have without you. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You're doing an awesome job for us.
Yeah, man, absolutely awesome. Digger work. I mean, if we could drive RC cars as well as he could digger, happy days.
I know. We'd win everything. The hand-eye coordination going on with those things is absolutely incredible. And, we've been lucky enough to have some good help in the past. Obviously, Davey Boy built the track with us and was great on the digger as well. But, Mike's precision is very impressive. So, yeah, top work, sir, top work. I can see why you're a man in demand.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Awesome job.
Yes, next online, Davey Rolls, Mr. TQ today. Evening, guys. How's it all going? Looking good at the track rebuild. Thank you, Mr. Davey Rolls. Leroy?
Yeah, Davey. I'm impressed you got back to TQ spot, mate. Well done. Yeah.
Next, GW Racing. This is very early for you, Mr. GW. Normally you're on a bit later on in the stream. So good evening to you. Great to see you online. And he says, congratulations to all the team and Leroy for the double national win.
Cheers, GW. He always sends me a message wishing me good luck and then hopefully a congratulations one after. So thanks, GW.
Yeah, that is very nice. And he does the same for me as well. He's always encouraging from the sidelines, which is very nice to see. Marquez Butler, good evening. Good to see you online again. And he says, good evening, guys. Congratulations, Lee, on the top podium finishes. So again, another congratulations, Leroy. You're going to have a few of those, I think.
Cheers, Marky, baby.
And CJ's online. And who is CJ online with?
Maliki.
Yes, me likey too.
Me likey you a lot.
And they say well done, Leroy. So yeah, well done.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Kev is online. Hello from Kev, Claire, and Elise.
Claire's there. She's normally at work.
Claire would appear to be there.
Wow. Enjoy your evening off, Claire. Claire
Yeah,
bought us some Magnums yesterday, so thank you very much for keeping us nice and cool in the excruciating heat.
Yeah, mad how it's just taken a turn like that. But yeah, absolutely. I missed out on the Magnums. I was busy doing a bit of sightseeing with Billy T, making sure he'd seen a little bit more of London than he has for the last 4 trips. But yeah, you guys were doing awesome and evidently having ice creams as well, so it can't all be too bad.
You mean by seeing more of London than he has before, you mean further than Terminal 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1?
Yeah, exactly. You had a very quick tour by me. By there, there's some statue over there. I have no idea what it is, but it's famous. It's like, okay,
people are taking pictures of it, so
yeah, so just take some pictures and send them home. Somebody will know what it is. Yeah. But yeah, it was great fun doing all of that. To be fair, Nitro Freak says hello everybody. Hello Nitro Freak. Adrian Svendog, as Mr. Rumble affectionately calls him, and says good evening. Hope you're all well and enjoying this nice weather. And I think Svendog was down with you at Kent, wasn't he, at the weekend? I think.
Svendog Millionaire was there. Yep, he was rocking around the truck.
Dominating.
His tyres were very slick by the end. They were slicker than mine, which we checked them out, but still going well.
That's interesting. I mean, truck tyres supply of has been strained across all of the brands for the last few races. So, in some ways, it's nice to get that done.
Last few years, I think you could say.
Last few years, unfortunately, since Beta decided for us that they didn't want to do truck tyres anymore, it's been a bit more difficult. Obviously, it was really easy for us. Once upon a time, we could just put some pre-glued cubes or VMAX on, and we were covered. But maybe we'll try and persuade them to come out of retirement with their truck tyre. Do an update.
Or we obviously do have the incoming Magma T at some point,
which will just finish that off, won't it? That will be absolutely awesome, I'm sure. So yeah, quite right. Yep. We have something coming soon. The Don is online. Evening, everybody. Hope all is well. Great work on the track. Thank you, Don. Hope you're feeling better now. He had a bit of a chest infection. I don't know whether you knew that, Leroy, but when he went home from our last race, he wasn't so well. So hopefully he's feeling splendid now. And I will be down with those guys soon because it's one of our feature races coming up this weekend. Plymouth GP. We're doing 2 races. Again, we'll cover that later on in the show. But Don, I'll be with you in a couple of days. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Hope you're better, Don. And hi to Don and Jane. And I think they're from Plymouth.
They are from Plymouth, and they are still awesome. Paul Williams online. Good to see him online. Saying evening all track prep for the Nationals looking awesome. Thank you, Paul. Big joint effort, like we said, from lots of people. So hopefully we're going to put on a good show for you guys. We're definitely trying our best to do so. Yo-Yo. He says Yo-Yo evening. So Yo-Yo,
bro.
I miss Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo he went racing at the weekend. He went racing Temscow, I think. He went Temscow racing.
Okay. What was on?
Mendip, I think, was on.
Nice.
Pretty local to him, so that was on. And Robin Hood was on as well. They had a one-off race, basically. GP, shall we say.
I did see a bit of that, and it looked cool, the little bit I saw, which was compliments of Popper Mughal. Saw a bit of video and stuff, and some tomfoolery that was going on. It looked good fun. So awesome. Yes. Nice to see. Harry Weymouth. Good evening, Mr. Weymouth. Hope you are well.
Evening, buddy. Evening.
Martin Waters. Evening all. Peter Kelly. Good evening. It was good to see Peter up with our GP. One of the new guys up with us. I think it was his first time. I think he had a good time as well. So good to see you on the stream.
Yep. Hey, bud. We spoke a few times. So yeah. Good to see you there.
Nice. Popper Simpson is online. Good evening, chap. Seems ages since we saw you. Well, you went on the missing list and you stood us up like a cheap date for our GP. But big congratulations, firstly, for representing us so very well at the Hearts GP with Ben. And then also at the weekend as well, where you took the win at Blackpool. They had a race on. So really good to see our juniors just kicking butt. Again, we'll cover it a little bit more. A little bit later in the show, but we had Eric and Torben and the family and stuff all out and converted it a 5th into a podium as well. So the juniors were doing very well. We've lost Leroy momentarily.
Sorry. So I was just putting my food ordering for dinner.
Oh, nice. What are you having?
A chicken sheesh.
It's tough at the top, isn't it?
It's tough. This is Charlie. Say hi, Charlie.
How we doing?
You're live on Nemo.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, I was just saying, congratulations to Ben on the win at Blackpool. Another track that's put in a huge amount of effort, as we know, our friend Shrek, and we look forward to getting up there and having.
Definitely fantastic seeing the results, and yeah, super impressed. Ben is going to be kicking my ass someday, so soon I'm going to have to hide all my secrets from him.
No, we don't do that. Not in Nemo. You need to go and join another team for that sort of shit. We share everything that's going on.
He can take my role and take it to the next level.
While you were ordering your shish, I was just saying about Eric as well at Slough with a podium.
Yeah, definitely.
He qualified third. That's impressive.
He was awesome again, and obviously had a wicked weekend at Hearts too, but come up unlucky in the final. He had a serve failure, yes, so super unlucky there. But yeah, obviously with the end of one bad weekend, the next weekend comes up pretty fast, and an awesome podium position. So yeah, great.
Exactly, and these pesky servos, they have been the bane of our life this year across the team. If I think about all the different dramas we've had with servos, it's been boring for sure.
Mate, ever since we mentioned it, stuff was going wrong with them. So we're never going to mention them again. So Magic turns our cars, and that's about it.
Exactly. We'll go and buy some $5.99 Spectrums. They'll do the job. Next, we're getting there. We're getting to the list. I'm not as quick as getting through these as you, Leroy, but I'm doing my best. So Ben Johnson, hi all, chilling in the bath as I've done my back in somehow. Talk about needing a Zimmer frame. Well, Ben, I'm sure one of your conquests will be able to help you for the Zimmer frame, and I hope your back gets better. Hope your back gets better soon, buddy. I'm slightly nervous about you being in the bath holding a phone. Please tell me it's not on charge at the same time. We don't want you dropping it as you get excited.
I was more nervous about doing something else in the bath while watching us, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's a PG show nearly just about. And we're looking forward to seeing you. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you, and the family are looking forward to seeing you this weekend as we come down to Plymouth and spread the love. It's about time we got back down to you guys. You're always up with us, helping us out. So I'm looking forward to getting to Plymouth and pegging some track down and moving some dirt around, and generally anything you need doing, you need to just tell me what you need done, and I'm there. I'm all over it.
Yes, sir.
God, blimey, it's thirsty work. It's thirsty work doing these shout-outs. I've got a new admiration for you here. Okay, so next one is Ivan. I love Ivan. You're awesome. War is the other Lee. LOL.
War
is the other Lee.
I'm definitely more on the peace front, Ivan.
Where is the other Lee? I reckon that might be.
Which other Lee?
Billy, maybe. We had Billy as a stand-in Leroy last week, and I seem to remember. I think it was Ivan saying he looked better, but was better looking than you was. But maybe I'm getting mixed up. I don't know.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He looks like the grumpy cat, doesn't he? Though he's definitely the grumpy cat.
He is a good-looking guy. Yeah, and we're missing him already. It was great.
Yeah, he'll be getting served some airplane food right now.
Yes, and well, it's not gonna be comparable to your shish. I bet your shish is gonna be good.
I hope so. You know, it was a quick pick. We were just still talking then, so
we could have a live shish review if it comes within the next 15 minutes.
We could, and then 15 minutes after that, we might see it come out.
Live from London toilet near you. Yes. Right, so Homeboy RC, evening chaps. Bryn Hall, evening all. Good evening. Andy B, evening guys from Blackpool. Fantastic to see you online. I hope you're fully recovered now, buddy. I know you had a few bits and pieces going on. So yeah, good to see you online. And we've got a joke, Leroy. So, which knight invented King Arthur's round table?
Which one?
Circumference.
I mean, they're getting better.
That was deep. That was a deep one. That one.
That was. You actually had to think about the answer.
Did, and I had to think about it, and I could see it on the side. So, don't know what that says about me. Ben Johnson, let's go. Be careful. Hang around in a car park. Knew he was dodgy.
Yeah, mate, it is a bit dodgy in here. There's even like dodgy Teslas and stuff parked in here.
Although, yes, exactly that, and it's not my one. What I have to say is the internet is definitely better there for you, and I finally got Starlink going here on satellite. So we finally got a bit of bandwidth. So I'm going to upgrade the camera shortly, and yeah, we can do some HD garbage.
Yeah, I've got good 4G. There's actually a mast right out the front of where I'm at, so
Nice.
perfect internet. That's what coming to the city does.
That is what coming to the city does, exactly that, and cost you a lot of money normally as well, but that's a separate thing. Winston Barnett, evening boyos. Congratulations, Team Nemo and Lee on the double.
Cheers, Winnie, baby.
Winnie is pretty good at doing a double or a triple. I've seen it happen several times, and it usually goes wrong after about the fourth or fifth double or triple. Obviously, we're talking about alcohol here, but good to see you win. We missed you the last couple of races, so yeah, we'll have to get you up for another Nemo race very soon. We're going to try and get a winter series buttoned down. It's going to be on Saturdays, I think. We were having a very brief chat about it today while we're working on the track. But I think that felt like a go with everybody. Everyone seemed to be in agreement with it. So I think we're going to Saturday series. Yeah, we'll get that announced soon. So all this work that we're putting in for the national can be enjoyed for everybody else that's not doing the national, hopefully.
Yeah, man. Yep. It'll be a wicked series. Obviously, try not to clash with any of the other big winter series and let it rip.
Yeah. Tater chip. Peter Kelly, Nemo GP weekend was brilliant. Thanks for all the help. Looking forward to getting back up there soon. Thank you, Peter. It was a pleasure to have you there. And yeah, you're welcome on the help. Jonesy Cram, hello, boys. There's another man that we need to give a very big gratitude or thanks to. Coming spent 2 very long days helping us do everything at the track, from rolling to advising to oiling, everything. So just absolutely awesome. Has made it possible in that very short 2-day period to knock out most of the work that we thought was probably going to take a week. So a massive thank you again from all of us, buddy.
Cheers, man. It's yeah, awesome to see you there, and grafting in Jonesy fashion. So awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, just we're very lucky to have these guys around that come and unconditionally help us out and make it possible to do it, because it's a fairly daunting task to keep up with this dirt track malarkey.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a long, tedious process at times, but you know, everyone helps out, and you guys do a fantastic job as well. Every day you're there, so
makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? 007 Arvinda. I've never noticed that before. Maybe I've been sleeping, but that's a cool handle there. He says, "Good evening."
Good evening, sir. What should
and
I call
once
you?
Again, exactly. Yes, we were expecting you. But yeah, that's very poor. Sorry. Once again, I managed to miss Slough, which is disappointing because I actually really want to get there and have a go on their reset track. And unfortunately, it clashed with other bits and pieces I had going on. And obviously, you guys were down at the National, but they still had a good turnout, which was good to see. Not a turnout like one of those, but actual people there. And yeah, it looked good. It looked good. So we need to get there, Leroy. We want to have a go on that new track.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I went obviously in the first couple of rounds, but it was still pretty much the old Slough. But now it's quite a bit different. So yeah, looking forward to getting down there and having a play.
Yeah, having a go. Adam Hall, we're nearly to the end of the shout-outs. Adam Hall, evening, guys. Track's looking awesome. Ready for the Nationals. Can't wait. Thank you, buddy. We're looking forward to having you there. Adam, one of the guys that always comes down supports our races. So yeah, it'd be good to see you again. And I'm sure you're gonna do very well. Basically, what we've done with the track is just we've amped it up. It's the same layout, but the jumps are a little bit bigger and the off-camber bits are a little bit larger. And yeah, it's going to be, well, hopefully it's going to be very cool, and you're going to enjoy driving it. Yeah, and we have drenched the thing in oil. So while this lovely weather has been about, we've taken good advantage of that and given it an absolute full tin re-oil. Let's hope that works out for us. We've got a bit of bad weather coming in, but past that, hopefully it's going to be good.
Yes, sir.
Nearly there. 3 to go. Yo-Yo says, Starlink baby, welcome. Yes, welcome to the future of non 2.5 meg internet, which is quite nice. I can actually move around in shot and not worry about the bandwidth having a poo, which is nice. And Ivan said, the boss Z no PPR. I think that's the boss said no to the Paddy Piston race. Don't worry, Ivan. We'll keep
2020.
twisting his arm.
We'll keep twisting until it breaks.
Exactly. We'll just go and do it anyway. We'll just
We'll do
take
it
up squatters' rights. We'll just turn up there and put on our best accents and say it's our park now.
We're calling it a Nemo piston.
Indeed. Be careful how you say that one. Matthew Stenhouse, my last shout out from the side. And he said, even guys, which is, I think, evening guys. Looking forward to getting to Nemo again. We're looking forward to having you, Matt. And we were hopeful to see you at the GP, but I think you went to Hearts instead. Did quite well, and I think I read somewhere that Caden had a good race at Slough. So good to see you. And yeah, doing well. Good to see Caden progressing. Another one of the juniors that I'm sure is going to be chomping at the bit in a few years' time, Leroy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. These kids are coming thick and fast, and it's good to see. And we're going to have a good junior championship when we decide which weekend we're putting it on at Nemo.
We're doing it. We're absolutely doing it. And that is the shout-outs caught up much longer than it takes Leroy to do them. So apologies for that. But I did my best.
You did well, mate. You did well.
Yes, mate. So on to race reviews. We've got a couple to go for. Obviously, because it was a bank holiday weekend, we missed our Monday slot last week. And then because we went straight into doing a track reset, we lazily let it roll over for another week. So a couple of weekends have happened since we've last done our race reviews. We had our August GP for us, which we obviously had Billy over from the USA. Nemo Racing USA was here to have a go and see everybody. And we had a fantastic race. Small on number, or relatively small on number for what we've done before, but it was like a perfect amount almost for us because it let us have a nice, relaxed 2 days. It had a really good party, almost feel atmosphere to me. We weren't up against it at any point. Loads of racing for everybody. Lots of track time pre-national as well. And yeah, it felt like a good, successful event. Apart from obviously Leroy, you were dominating that and had a plug go, so that was the end of that one. You'd nearly built yourself up to a lap lead, but won in the end by Sloppy, which was great to see. He's always there supporting our races, so I think that's really cool when it that hard work then gets paid off too. And I can't for the minute remember 2-3 because I have a memory like a goldfish.
Kevin Lewis.
Well, they're two pretty good guys, and they had a good time too. I think I might have been. Did I finish fourth, or did I break down? I can't remember.
Yeah, you were fourth, I think. Yeah.
I think I did finish, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah.
Which is miraculous because my car literally did a run and then stayed on the pit lane until the next run, and then did another run, and then someone was kind enough to put a battery in it so it didn't go flat, and just carried on.
Yeah, at the start of the weekend, it was on your pit table, and I cleaned it. I changed the clutch and got it ready for you, and then never saw it again.
It just stayed at the end like a naughty. It was in the naughty corner, but it was in the good corner because it was great fun to drive. Like I said, really good race. Good to see like Freddie there as well, doing all the classes with his younger brothers, and there was lots of newness going on as well. Cool.
It had a wicked feel to it. On the evenings, it was good fun. A few people camped. Had drinks and stuff with all of the Thompson family, and I think everyone had a very nice, relaxed time with good racing. Just a great weekend. Awesome.
What more do you want? Yeah, exactly. And then obviously, Westmoor had their GP on, which was by all accounts a great success and good entry there. We had our juniors in representation there. We had Torben and the boys. And Ben and Tim were there for us as well, along with a host of other guys from our team. The juniors did also. They were both semi-final, and I think what happened, Ben made it into the main, didn't he? I think. Wrong tyre choice. I think he went with something else for whatever reason, and it didn't work out. And Eric unfortunately had a servo go, like we said earlier on, but had awesome pace. I think he qualified 8th, 7th or 8th, something like that.
Yeah, he was consistently inside the top 10 in his qualifying runs, and home track, but he drove awesome too. We know our car and package is good there because we showed it recently. So both of them did great. Ben to make the main, awesome, absolutely awesome result. And then through the field, we had other drivers, Sean Berryman, or Gregson as he's now known. Doing well, and all our guys having a good weekend. It looked like so.
I didn't have any. I didn't have any bad feedback from that one. So yeah, well done, guys, for representing us so
And
well.
thank you
And
very much.
yeah, exactly. It would be nice to try and spread these bank holiday weekends out between us active clubs again, and like we used to in the old days. And it's just been so difficult this year to try and get a race in. I mean, like for Nemo, we've had sort of hardly any races this year in a way. We've had a couple of very big ones, and then the calendar's just been so full that if we were going to do anything, that was one of the only weekends that we could put something on. So
Yep.
normal year next year, perhaps we could work closely with the guys and make sure we can get big full attendance at all of them, which would be good.
Yeah.
So this weekend, last round of truck and e-buggy nationals, and yeah, like we said earlier on, you did all right.
Yeah, did good. We didn't go on the Saturday because we didn't. Rocked up on the Sunday, glued some tires. It was a little bit of a lower entry, so it made the day a little bit more rushed, especially doing two classes. But I got helped out a lot.
Yeah.
The Lewingtons, Mr. Daniel's new family, I guess you could say. The boys he took with him from his missus, and they helped me out marshalling all day, which was wicked. Thank you very much. We had a good race. Truggy was dialed from the off, of course. The e-buggy was good from the start. Tweaked the setup a little bit with the shocks because it was quite bumpy and dusty on the Kent track. It was properly old school.
Yeah.
Had a couple of qualifiers. I had a pinion fall off. I mean, that was random. It's not like I changed it from all the other races, so it just decided it had enough.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
what else happened? Anna just had a really shocking round. So with 3 to count out of 4, it put me a bit lower than I wanted to be. But we got to the front in the final quite early on, and just had a nice drive.
Done.
Kev was unlucky. He broke an arm on one of the first laps off of one of the big jumps, took a hard hit. But he was fast as well, good pace. So, the cars were working great again. Chucked on the old free rides for the dusty conditions, as we know were just awesome in them conditions. So, yeah, happy days.
Job was done. Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. And like you say, it was good to see Kev's pace as well. Once again, Kev is performing at a level that I've not seen before from him, in my opinion. I think he's faster now than he's ever been. So, yeah, good to see him up there. Obviously, not good to see him break an arm and not do the final, but good to see that pace there, like it was at our just a few weeks ago at Nemo, at the e-buggy national that we had. And you and him had a great race. So, bodes well.
Yeah. He was dialed, and he's going to do well at the Nitro National too. He's going to be fast. And, a big shout out to our truck drivers. Sven has finished on the podium in third.
Nice.
And Mr. Lewington, was Sven his third? Sven was third, wasn't he? Yeah, definitely. And Mr. Lewington was fourth or fifth, I think.
Pretty epic. And with your two national championship wins added now, first one for the 319 EP, which is great. We had a incredible run back in the day with the 215 electric car between Darren and Johnny and those guys. I think there was some crazy win total that we had with that car. So great to see the 319 EP now taking up that mantle, and also the 215T. That's its first championship win since mine in 2014 with it. So that shows just how how long we've had that out in one way, and still that it is an evergreen truck that it definitely set the tone way back when. I was looking through these things earlier on just to see when that was. Crazy to think 2014, that was its fresh year. And yeah, here we are all this time on. And, obviously I know some of the guys have not done some of the rounds and all those sorts of things, but you have been there and winning when all the guys have been there too. So it says lots about you, and it says lots about a truck that's super easy to drive and reliable and all that other good stuff that we know.
Exactly. And it was cool at Kent, the truck. Like, it was the perfect kind of conditions for it. You could hammer it. Big jumps, dusty, bumpy. The truck took it all.
Yeah.
And loved it.
Yeah.
Loved every minute of it. So it was good. It was good fun with the truck. I even put the two-way radio on, and I was chatting to Rumble through the truck final going, this is really fun. Like, the truck's awesome. Just hammering it. And it just loves it. It loves every bit of being hammered. So, yeah, cool.
It does. It's why I like it so much. You can just grab it by the scruff of the neck.
And you
Do
really don't
whatever
have
you
to do
want with
much
it.
to it. You know, we got the suspension kind of good at Hearts, and we've not really touched it since. So.
No, definitely so. So yeah, good stuff. So I think that was our races. I think you mentioned a little bit of Tentsco stuff going on, which is not super relevant for us right now, but I'm sure the guys are out representing and doing good stuff. I'm just looking on my
obviously, Brookthorpe had a Nitrocross as well. Shout out to them, being of Nitrocross fame.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I think Rob West won, as far as I know. But you know, cool to see Brookthorpe doing another race. And I heard a little rumor today that it looks like they're going to be okay for next year. So that's good news.
Awesome. That is good news. We definitely don't want to lose that as a venue. One of the best ones in the country. Fantastic track. So that is good news, mate, if that's correct.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
It's
just what I heard. You know, but...
Perfect. 2 minutes past 9. I've not seen any food arrive yet, but you did say to me we'd only got you for half an hour tonight. So shall I see if we've got Rumble? Let's see if we can patch in our counterpart.
Next
Mr.
week
Rumble,
I'm back full on. We've got some stuff to do over there. I know they're waiting for me. That's all. So.
No problem. Anything else before you go? I can't think of anything immediately.
No, I mean we'll do our national build-up live next week. Probably be able to show some images of what we've been working on. Then it's nice to have it all finished. But yeah, other than that, just
I tell you what,
this week.
I've got some. You reminded me I'd got some, so I'll just quickly throw it up. Let's see how quick they come up into your feed, because normally it's quite slow. So tell me when you can see a picture.
A lot of the time, honestly, it never comes up on my phone. It will just like pop up on the YouTube. So I don't know if I'll get to see it.
You probably won't, but I'm just showing a picture of the banking getting redone. So that's had a full pipe up. Well, everything's had a full redo, but the banking's had a real good redo, and has come out really well. So I know Mr. Rumble and Shuri were deep in that for a good couple of hours. We flattened it off a little bit at the bottom, so it's got an even bigger line at the bottom and an even bigger lip at the top. So it's proper skate park stuff now. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was walking around it today, just getting ready.
Getting ready. I'm just throwing up another picture, which is of the ending of this, which is absolutely now covered in oil, and it's also had a good gradient put on it, which, if you look to the outside of the picture, you can see the difference from the height of the pipe on the Astro down to the actual dirt surface. It's really been graded, which will help us remove water. Hopefully it will all fall to the outside. We've done that in quite a few places, so it will just give us everything in one area to then either pump off or suck off or sweep off, or God, that sounded wrong. So yeah, that's that picture, and I can see Rumble in the background pulling some faces to that one. We'll come to you in a moment, Mr. Rumble. Then we've got Mr. Jones Senior on the back jump. That's had a complete full reset on the ramp. We've really remodeled it on the way down and then on the way up as well. And he's busy going up the double jump, or up that back jump on the roller. Looking good, nice. Looking fly. He did an awesome job of rolling that, to be fair. It's look exactly. He's in a black t-shirt, but he's looking fly. And then that one there is an overview of it looking very wet, but it's not wet, it's oil. So with this sun, it's baking it in nicely, and hopefully, fingers crossed. I still don't actually really know, after even a year and a half of trying to work with this dirt, what we'll actually get when it comes to the race. And I think the weather's looking a bit dodgy on the way up to it, but hopefully we've given it its best chance to be a great consistent surface that will last a long time. And that rounds out my pictures. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to quickly throw in Mr. Rumble, and so you can say good evening to you, and then we're going to let you go, Mr. Martin.
Thank you. I'm glad you've come on, Rumble, because you are definitely redder than what I am.
It's funny actually, because when I got home at whatever time, I felt really quite sick. I went and sat down. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I might be ill. So I
Bit
If we've
sunstroke,
got like
mate.
a radio. We've got a Dulux color chart going on right
I was going
now.
to say the same thing. This is like the perfect advert for sun lotion.
There we
I
go.
agree.
Yes. Or hiding from the
Right,
sun like
so-
I did today. Normally it's me that's right.
So on that
Mr.
bombshell,
Martin,
boys,
thank you for your time. Yes.
cheers, guys. Have a nice
We'll see you
evening
soon.
without me.
See you later.
Bye.
You too.
See
See
ya.
you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Rumble, how are you? Apart from sunburn.
Better now. I think I just needed some water, so I've rehydrated, hydrate to accumulate, and all that. So yes,
feeling poor?
no, all is well. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm back in the room.
Good. I was just throwing up pictures of the track just before you joined. I think you probably saw that.
I did. I've got the iPad on the go next to me, so I could see what you were referencing. It looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Good.
I'm pleased, but really chuffed with the progress. It feels like quite a mammoth task when it first gets underway and the plant, the machinery arrives, and you think we're about, even though if a track has sort of started to develop character and it's got a bit bumpy and it's a bit this and it's a bit that, sometimes it's like, well, it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. With some of it, you're like, well, it doesn't look that great, but it drives okay. Or what you could do is you could try to repair it or replenish it or do work to it and actually just make it a downgrade. I mean, I've seen it with so many tracks when we've gone to them for nationals, and the intention is always positive because people don't try to make bad bits on tracks. But you try to make a change and you're just like, it doesn't work. And more often than not, it doesn't work. So it was good to just refresh it without changing really much, aside the probably, 100 tons of dirt was shifted around. But it was good.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on, a lot going on in terms of tonnage getting moved around. But you're right, it's difficult. I mean, obviously we put quite a bit of work into the track after the Nitrocross race to reset it. It got which for some people is fun and for others not so. But at the very least, you need to have consistency on the jump faces and things like that. That's always been a pet peeve of mine, and it felt like we were moving past that. So definitely needed to have more than just a wipe its bum and go again. But like you say, it's really hard. You can have all the best intentions in the world to do something, but when you start and it doesn't work out how you think it's going to go, which is what we had at the beginning of the week, it can feel a bit sketchy. But definitely we've pulled it around with great help from the guys that thanked in the show earlier on, and I can't wait for it to be properly finished, and hopefully everyone's going to come. We'll have some good weather and everyone will enjoy all of that hard work and stuff. Fingers crossed. You never know. You can't book the weather, unfortunately, but we are doing our best with everything else. It's going to be exciting. First Nitro National for us. So we're trying not to leave anything on the table. We'll make it as good as we can.
No. Yeah, I mean that was where I was going to go with it, and it was what an honour. It's a real honour to be hosting the final round. Well, first off, it's an honour to host a national round, but to be hosting the finale is really an honour. So
we're only standing.
It's clear,
we're only standing Slough, and I think we'll be back there. Fingers crossed. Get Slough back on the calendar. It's the birthplace of 8th scale in the UK. So. We need to be back. Slough guys, we need to be back there next year.
But yeah, it's an honour. It's an honour, and whether it's completely uneconomical, we still want it to be right, don't we? It's a representation of us.
We do.
Racing.
It is absolutely completely uneconomical what we're doing, but we do it because we love it. Most of this stuff we do because we love it. It's an awesome hobby that we've all got, and we want to try and share it in the best way we can with everybody. And I'm still trying to work out whether you've done extra sunbed or you dyed your hair since I saw you, because you look completely different than 3 hours ago.
No. I think I'm quite hot right now. I
Well, I had
actually-
heard there was rumours of that actually.
well, I had a little check on the in the house, and it's currently being 26.5 degrees. So that could be a contributing factor to the fact that I'm sort of on the edge of expiring.
Yes.
No, the only sunbed today was that of the dumper truck, which is where my abilities end when it comes to rumble attempts, plant machinery.
Yes. Good. So let's move on to some questions. And the first one I've got is, how often do you change your air filter? Now, this is come from predominantly the Blackpool meeting at the weekend, and probably also relevant for the truck guys at Kent. You know, we are lucky that we have these oiled tracks that we go to, and really there's not much dust, and you don't have to take too much care of it. But I think for some of our newer guys, they were seeing at the weekend really, really dusty conditions, and obviously what that can do to an engine tune if you don't absolutely keep on top of refreshing your air filters. So from my point of view, it can change your tune a tremendous amount, or it can do absolutely nothing at all, just completely dependent on the conditions. And for what they cost, just always do more than you think you should in terms of changing your air filters and putting on fresh ones when you're in dusty conditions or even normal conditions. It's really good practice. It's the quickest way to pre-age your engines over the litres that they've actually done, is if you don't take care of making sure it's not ingesting some of that track. It's the quickest way to wear them out. So for a couple of quid on some air filters, take it off, just put fresh ones on really often. It's good practice. And if you get in the habit of doing that when you go to somewhere at the weekend that is dusty, you've not got too much to worry about. But even then, if it is super, super dusty in a long final, for sure, you can see your performance change as the air filter gets clogged up. So that's what I think. Mr. Rumble?
I think a big factor as well that we see with newer guys getting into the hobby and that is that it's quite important that you do wring out your outer filter at least. I mean, wring them both out, but really, really wring the oil out. Use a high quality, we've got some Nemo Racing air filter oil, shameless plug, but just use some really good quality motocross style air filter oil and wring it out properly, because what's just as worse for performance, not necessarily longevity, is a heavily over-oiled air filter that actually then attracts all of that dust. You want to wring all the oil out, so actually the dust doesn't stick to it like something to a blanket.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely does two things. If you leave them over-oiled, firstly, it will attract that dust, like Rumble's saying, and then equally, your engine won't be tuned right anyway, because it won't be able to breathe properly because it's got too much oil there, basically. So squeeze them out, put them on, do it regularly, job done.
Yeah.
I'm slightly scared to ask the next question because it is a very in-depth question. I'm not sure whether I should skip it.
2 minutes. 1 minute. 50.
Okay.
I'll do it by 60.
Be concise. Be concise with your answers. When developing tyres, how do you develop and refine the rubber? Natural or synthetic? Shore number? Stickiness? What are the variables in the recipe?
So the quite quick answer to that is, does it work or not? Because all of that stuff means nothing if it, you can have all the theory in the world, or we should have 2.5 shore softer, 2.5 shore up, 2.5 shore down, 10 shore up, 10 shore down, synthetic, natural, this, that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and it won't suddenly start working. And if it really works, then it works. Just take the temperatures down properly, know what your ambient air temperature is, have a look at what the track condition is genuinely, whether it's an oiled surface, non-oiled, dry, wet, dusty, not clean, and then actually just have a really referenced memory of when those tires have or haven't worked previously. Because it's all very well saying, oh well, this tire worked at this so and so track, But yeah, well, it's 25-degree different ambient air temperature. So funnily enough, it's probably going to act quite differently. So just a factual reference. And if they work, they work. And if they don't, they don't.
Yeah, you have to just try these things. It's very difficult to have a Bible for it. I think in recent times in the UK, we've put ourselves out on a bit of a limb compared to the rest of the world with this heavily oiled tracks that we race on. I was actually speaking with one of our internationally best drivers' dads, Mr. Boots, Chris Boots, about this not that long ago. And we are out on a limb with this oiled track scenario that we've all put ourselves into. Obviously, we know it's great for keeping the track together and making it more weatherproof and actually, being able to run if we've had a monsoon 2 days before and all that sort of stuff. But most of the factories that come up with these tyres are not based in the UK, and they're not conditions that they actually get to test in themselves. In fact, one of the only companies that does get to see that a little bit is Sixmic, and they have this synthetic range. Now, synthetic is actually in terms of the surface of the track. They're saying it's a synthetic surface of the track, and they have a very defined rubber for whether they think it's a synthetic track or whether it's a traditional dirt track. Now, apart from when we go to some slightly obscure stuff like Kent, we don't really get to see traditional dirt tracks anymore. We are on, in essence, a synthetic track. And that's been interesting. Like with Beta, we've had great success in years gone by with non-oiled tracks. In fact, I think we were probably the dominant tyre with Darren 5-6 years ago. And then we started to fall foul a little bit as these tracks evolved to using oil. We had to come up with some new stuff. We came up with the Volanti tread pattern, for example, to be able to compete with what we were seeing from our competitors at that time. But it's definitely different. It's like, when Billy comes over, it's interesting to hear his take on it coming from the USA. Obviously, they've got three big factories there with Proline, aka, which obviously is going to change shortly with the acquisitions that have gone on. But anyway, for this story, Proline, aka, and J Concepts, and they literally, they don't race on what we're racing on. So it's very hard, very, very hard. We're lucky that we've got Sixmic in our mix, that have got a fantastic tyre for an oil track now. Just bolt yourself on some Blue Magma, like we know. If we're going to a heavily oiled track, it's probably going to be the fastest tyre. So it's been a quick fix for us. But in terms of developing, it's a hard push.
Yeah. So it was on the topic of Billy and it being a clearly different world, is that everyone, and it was shown again at Hearts at the weekend. Everyone knows that a Blue Magma at the moment is the tyre. It's it's a fairly being as modest as possible, but it's a pretty dominant product right now in terms of performance. I said to myself, it was like at whichever sort of indoor track Billy races at a lot. I said, it'd be really good. Try some Blue Magma. He's tried them. It's not. They weren't the one there. So it was just very interesting.
Anything. They were horrific.
Yes, I was treading carefully around that, but they were not the one, and that just shows we're in quite a unique situation where you can go from having something that is sort of categorically the best thing, and not my words, everyone's using it, to it being just absolutely not the one. So we are in a weird situation with the UK, but happy days for the moment. But like all things in life, it's all very cyclical. So we'll see.
It is. And to finish off that question, which was a great question, we are working with Beta at developing something so that we have a nice very heavily oiled track tyre in that range, and that's going on right now. So you'll be one of the first to know about that, no doubt. So let me see what else we've got. Not many questions on here. We might have some on the side, Mr. Rumble, which we'll check out in a moment. And let me just flick through this. We needed Leroy for this one, which is tell us more about the Sixmic Crunch 10th tyres that he mentioned. I can only presume that's for a control tyre, potentially for a 10th scale race. That Leroy got some suggestions. I know he's done quite a bit of testing now with the 6 mix 10th scale tyres, which we will already do some of those anyway. And obviously it goes without saying that if he's coming across something that's working even better, then we'll make sure that we've got those too. In terms of tyres, actually, just while we're talking about 6 mix and supply, we have got more Blue Magma coming for the National. They're being produced right now at the factory in France. And so we'll be able to service everybody's requirements, hopefully. I don't want to be too brash with that statement, but hopefully, yes, exactly. For the National, we're doing our best, and it's looking good. They're deep in production. They've done another mold. They've taken the expense and made another Magma mold as well. So capacity is going to be doubled. They're enjoying the success that they're seeing from that pattern around the world, and it just takes a minute or 3 to try and catch up with that, which we've got full sympathy with because we've been there on various bits ourselves. It's okay just saying I want this, but unfortunately there has to be a process happen to be able to get it. So anyway, we're looking good. We're looking good for making sure we can supply everybody for the Nationals.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully. Indeed. I think this is just general other chat that I'm looking on here. So I'm going to go to the side unless you've got anything you'd like to say, Mr. Rumble.
It was actually just also that the same, obviously with the Beta wheel and foam, we have we've got a very, very good supply position with Beta for that. So we have more wheels and foams arriving than you could shake a stick at. So yes, we'll either be selling them or eating them for 5 years, I'm sure.
Hopefully not eating them, because I definitely don't have a thing for rubber, or not in that way anyway. Some comments from the side to get us up to date. Homeboy RC was kidnap him and take him to Ireland. I think that was to do with Leroy. Mr. Brunston just reminded me that he'd put my car back together for me on Monday, so thank you, Mr. Brunston. I probably broke it. I think I did break it. No, the engine fell out. There we go. Well, it didn't fall out. It moved and had to be reset after the 2-man race that I did with Mr. Rumble. We started very well and ended poorly, but the thought was there. And well, we finished second, I think, but we should have had that. Ben Johnson, mine hit a TV and still lives to race this weekend. He's talking about his truck, I believe. Yeah,
he is.
And
his 215.
That was a broken-looking truck when you.
Oh yeah, it was. It did look sorry for itself. However, 10 minutes, a few tears, a few bit of this, a bit of that. Right as rain. All good. It was one of Danny's boys driving it, and yeah, it's good to Ben. You're a top bloke. Really nice of you to lend it out, and just great in every way. So yeah, really. And actually, just on topic of like the previous races. Obviously, thanks to everyone that attended the August Grand Prix. It was an amazing race. Really, really pleased with the whole vibe of it. It was very Paddy Piston-esque. It felt like a really, really good race. And yeah, roll on the Nationals.
Definitely roll on the Nationals. We had Andy B. He said it's a trial and error thing with the tracks. Completely agree, Andy. And I know you've got a big Lord, what the hell is that? Sounds like it's a red. Oh, it's a massive thing. Moth? I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. No, that's the largest bat style thing I've ever seen in my life.
The bat, John.
I hope that's not going to come and bite me. I'm slightly nervous, Rumble. Is it okay for me to cry on the live on YouTube?
It will be first or last.
The largest boss.
Is it not a
Hornet? If I undid the door, it might go out. It's got its own gravitational pull. Come on.
Can you see it? Or something fly out?
Yeah, it's the size of a very large thing. I possibly am going to die while on air. Anyway, yes. So
will the Beta
it's crazy
ever be available?
Day goes on. Mr. Kells F225 sounded sweet on Sunday, which is good. Will the Beta wing ever be available in any other colour than black and white?
Unlikely.
Hello,
Unlikely.
you still there?
Oh yes, yes.
Let's do it in pink. Let's do it in rainbow color. Is that possible? Can we do that?
You could. I don't know actually. Maybe that is possible. I think. Yeah, we could do it in pink and
No.
sell one to James Lepaveau maybe, or I think that may be.
There's a
Not
few,
sure
there's a
who
few people
else.
with pink wings, I think. But no,
I mean, you can just
it's going to be white or black for a while.
Yeah, and to be fair, if you are really that worried, you can just rip dye your white wing, whichever color you may wish to do. Put it in buy some rip dye, just like a plastic dye. Put it in a pot, boil it, put the rip dye in, put the product in, and it will be absolutely the brightest color of whichever one you choose. So, if you're that worried, I'll point you in the right direction for some rip dye.
Where are we this weekend in words?
In what?
Where are we this weekend in 15 words? Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on my guest.
John is.
I'd like to actually turn around and show the sign.
And the Wasp, or
Yes, indeed. Yes, exactly. You let me try and fix this. I think I might have lost my dog outside as well, which is not good. You take it away. Tell where we are. We've got 2 events that we're doing this weekend, and then I'll be back.
So this weekend, I'm going to be at South Coast on the Sunday, supporting it for the Astro Blast. John is going to be in Plymouth for the Plymouth GP. So I think John's going up there. He'll be there from early doors with the race. I understand it's a Saturday and a Sunday race. At South Coast, it's just the Sunday's the race, and then they're doing a Saturday practice. I'm just going to be there for the Sunday. There with the support van and tents for gazebos for anyone that wants to come under. So yes, so hopefully John hasn't actually just been eaten or carried away. Yeah, no, it was all right. It wasn't picking you up by the scruff of your neck and flying you back out of the room.
No, and I found the dog as well, so all is well.
Yeah, no, all ready for this weekend. I'll have the team email going out tomorrow with a few setup sheets on there. Not massively sure what sort of setup sheet we're going to suggest for either of those. Both Astro this weekend, so I will I'll have a bit of chat with Lee and see what he would suggest as a starting setup sheet for the A319P for Astro, and then we can get that out. I mean, I think honestly, it would probably be something very similar to the Nemo Raceway starting setup sheet. I don't think Astro is so crazy different in terms of setup sheets, really. I mean, you want to be quite high in the diffs. We're high in the diffs anyway. So yeah, but I'll still get a setup sheet out, so don't you worry. And John's looking forward to his
look forward to seeing the guys. I am. I'm looking forward to it very much. Mr. Rumble, you're going to have a great time at South Coast. And yeah,
absolutely.
After that, we will be at Nemo for our national. So we'll do lots of run-up stuff for that. I think we've talked to everybody long enough. We've done an hour, Mr. Rumble. Are you going to do the closeout? We've got no questions coming on the side. So yeah,
swarm coming in rather than a big thing going out. It's about it looked like that to be. Then come back in and nothing went back out. So so thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to subscribe. It's free to do. Don't forget to tick the bell so then you are notified when we upload or when we release any videos, whether it's live videos or any new product releases or any videos that we're releasing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to make use of the still active kit purchase offer with free track time at Nemo Raceway. So if you buy a Gamma A319, A319E, A319EP, A319P, or A215T, then you'll be entitled to a year's free track time at Nemo Raceway. where you will often find, or will always find either myself or John, and then also Lee there as well. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll speak to you soon.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Rumble. I will see you tomorrow for more shenanigans at the track as we get it finished off. And yeah, we look forward to catching up with all you guys on Monday once we can give some reports back from our 2 Astro races.